Welcome to Celestica and Terra. We are your hosts, Diane Coutu, Colleen and Diane.
Welcome to our round of magic.
We're getting we're getting places here. So today we are going to discuss grounding, which is absolutely important. You hear it all the time. Everyone's, oh, you need to ground, and oh, well, what does that even mean? Like, what is grounding?
Well, grounding is your vessel, connecting your consciousness to the earth, like the consciousness of earth. And by connecting your energy, it is not just grounding your energy, it is balancing your energy. It is also the connection to the higher power, if you want to call it that, source. So you create a portal within yourself, which is your prana too, and it's very nutritional. Some people actually live on prana. Like they do not even eat food, literally.
Personally, I can't imagine that at my level, but you know, I can't say that it doesn't exist.
I know it does exist. I've done fastings, but I haven't gone any longer than 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I prefer to put a little something in the tummy every once in a while.
Oh, and it's delicious. Food is delicious. Come on, we like food. So
yes.
You have to ask yourself, why would you want to live like that when food is such an enjoyment?
Absolutely.
But I mean, you tend to, when you reach those higher levels, you don't have that need that, you know.
Not as much.
Yeah, you don't need the enjoyment of food because your life is just full enjoyment already.
Yes.
But moving on.
The one thing I would like to add, for people who have a very hard time grounding themselves, it's very beneficial to eat rooted vegetables. Rooted vegetables are amazing.
Yes,
potatoes, beets, carrots,
parsnips.
Yes, parsnips, sweet potatoes, anything that grows underground, because the roots are already rooted. So by ingesting these nourishment, you are literally embodying the rooting of, like,
the nourishment of the
yeah,
earth.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
The spiritual nourishment.
Yes.
As well as the health benefits. The
yeah,
physical
for
benefits.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
just before we continue, we will be doing a card pull at the end of this show.
mm-hmm.
So if you have a question that you're looking for an answer to,
I'm going to do pick a card. There will be 3 cards or 3 piles. And so during the show, while you watch our episode, we would like you to think at one question that you would like the universe to answer for you. So it's a little segment that we're starting off. And so think of your question, and before the end of the show, we will do the pick a card. We'll do 3 piles, and pick a pile that you feel drawn to for whatever reason, because it'll be the right pile for you.
yeah. So that'll be interesting. That'll be fun.
That'll be fun.
That'll be fun.
Right?
Yes.
All right.
So make sure you watch the whole episode.
Yeah, stick around till the end.
You get a treat at the end.
Yeah. Okay.
So grounding. Now, the first thing we need to know about grounding is the chakras. And this is another word that has been coming up more and more in recent years about chakras, and everyone has heard of a chakra. Not everyone knows what a chakra is. So your chakra is your energy centers, and they go down your body, but they go beyond. We won't get into the higher chakras at this time. Just the 7 basic chakras, which are your root chakra, which is at the base of your spine, and it's usually known for carrying your survival, your stability. So if you're feeling fear, if you're feeling insecurity, things like that, your root chakra is definitely needs work.
If you have any fear about your home life, your financial life, your all of these aspects of life, married life, just fear for your family for whatever reason, if you have that little it's like a low frequency, and it's not that it's a bad thing, it's just that it needs to be cleared. And once you clear these chakras one by one, you can realign, reattune, recenter, and now the energy can flow much better through the body. And when the energy flows, everything goes. It's just you heal the body, you heal the mind, you heal the soul.
Yeah.
That's how you get it done.
Yeah, and
so
it's by making sure that we open up these chakras.
yes.
So the next chakra would be your sacral chakra, and it's located just above the pelvic bone. And this is usually this is attributes to sexuality, creativity, those kinds of things. So if you're feeling a low energy, you're feeling irritable, or if you're feeling that you have a lot of sexual obsession, then the sacral chakra is a culprit.
I would like to add to that the sacral chakra is the chakra of the mother. It's the nurturing
The
chakra,
womb chakra,
the creative chakra. And also, if you have any sort of sexual traumas, whether in this lifetime, past lifetimes, what it does is it affects your relationships. It affects. How can I say that gently?
Sometimes there's no gentle.
Yeah, true. The thing is every partner on a adult level, we'll say, we'll keep it PG,
Yeah,
on an adult level, it creates an energy field within these chakras. If the partner has some kind of traumas themselves, by having the one-on-one, you are absorbing as the feminine wounding, you absorb that. So you have double the work to clear. But once you clear that, it can be very, very magical, because it is the chakra of creation.
Yes.
So let's move on to the next one.
The solar plexus,
Yes.
which is just above the belly button, and this is your self center. This is your emotions, your ego. That's where this is all tied into, and it also when your solar plexus needs to be cleared, you're going to experience digestive issues, depression, anger, these kinds of emotions.
It's your power center. It's your inner sun. Your inner sun helps you make either horrible decisions if it's not properly aligned, or maybe not the best decision. It will actually, if not attuned and aligned properly, it can actually stop you from doing things that would benefit you. But on the flip side of it, it is the chakra of empowerment. It's what gives you the life force to say, I can do this. And you know what? Nobody can stop me from doing this, because I can. It gives you the trust in you. It gives you the reassurance that you can do things and do them successfully. If it's not attuned properly, it can actually hold you back in more ways than we can even explain in short term. But to give you analogy that when you look at the sun externally, you look at the sun in the sky, imagine that right here. This is your mini sun.
And it's yellow too.
Yes, it is yellow.
The solar plexus.
Hey, good color.
Yellow.
There you go.
Yellow. Perfect.
Yeah. All right. So now we can move on
To the heart chakra.
Yes.
The heart chakra, your love, your compassion, your trust. Having a heart chakra that needs cleansing, you're going to notice anxiety, you're going to jealousy. Jealousy is a big one when your heart chakra is closed.
Yes.
You can be moody. A lot of these have to do with a lot of irritability as well, but that's what happens when your chakras are not properly aligned. It really does affect your mood on many levels. But the heart chakra is a beautiful green. It's a beautiful green color.
Yes, it's the emerald green. And the emerald green is my birthstone, so I know it very well. And the thing that I'm going to add to the heart chakra is that if the heart chakra on a spiritual level is not cleansed, cleared, attuned, aligned, centered, the heart chakra is the center of your being. It is the center.
Yes.
And it can actually manifest itself into physical ailment.
Absolutely.
Heart issues, heartburn issues, lack of trust, fear of all kinds of different things. Jealousy is a big one.
Yes.
This is where you can actually have difficulties in relationship, whether they are a lover relationship or a actual friend.
Because commitment issues come up.
Yes,
Wow.
a lack of trust and a lack of faith. I mean, the list could be so lengthy. We're not going to get into that lengthy list, but anything that can create issues in a relationship, it all starts with the heart, because the heart is the center of your inner universe.
Yeah, that is, and of course we're talking about the true heart.
Yes.
Not your physical heart.
But it does affect the physical
oh,
heart.
yes. Oh,
so
yes.
they go hand in hand.
But it is
Yes.
it is an energy center.
Absolutely. Yes.
And it is a very important energy center, because when you are channeling energy, like in Reiki and whatnot, that is where you bring that energy is to the heart, and then from there you extend it out.
Because when you deal with all the insecurities, with all of the these low frequencies within the heart, it's you get depressive, you get manic, like the anxieties. I mean, it affects your moods, it affects everything, and on a level that it creates these physical situation that you think, like heart palpitation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really a physical heart issues, but then you think, why do I feel this? Like when people have like panic attacks, this is stuff that is unprocessed.
Yeah, and this is stuff that gets diagnosed as being, certain things.
Yes.
And the solution, what is the solution usually? Medication. And that's actually not what's even needed. You need to... My phone is ringing. Sorry. Please turn that off.
The best remedy is unconditional love for self.
Self. First of all, first and foremost.
Yes, absolutely. Because if you do not have unconditional love for yourself, self-respect, self-empowerment, then you can't really have it for anyone else. Not truly.
That's right. Yeah.
It all starts at home.
Yeah, you have to love yourself before you can love others. Because people say, well, I know why I love my children and I love my husband and I love, It's like, of course you do. Yes. But not to the fullest extent. And until you've learned to love yourself, you won't understand what that means.
And self-love is the freedom of judgment. Stop judging ourselves. The main
Let's
thing.
stop being so critical of ourselves.
Yes,
right?
we all have an aspect of self that is not our highlight. We'll call it our personal highlight. We all have something that we are critical about of ourselves. We look at ourselves in the mirror and we go, oh, okay, I wish this was smaller, this was bigger, this was, whatever. We all have a little critical thought,
Yeah.
always. Well, when your heart is literally healed, release, let go, surrender, self-condition, unconditional love, you can transmute, you can transform, you can transcend these energies and have a powerful heart. And when you have a powerful heart, you can walk on the street, face everything that is maybe not so pretty, let's quote unquote, because when we walk outside, we see things that are sometimes not too pretty.
Yes.
But we can look at it and go, okay, I'm aware of that, I acknowledge it, but I don't participate in it. And this is one of the key points to be able to have a healed inner heart.
Yes, not picking up on what is not yours.
Yes, absolutely, you're right. Because when we see that, it's because we are mirrors of each other.
And that doesn't mean we can't be, empathetic towards other people's problems and whatnot. It just means that we don't carry the energy of that with us. And
yes.
And that might seem harsh, but we have to remember that we are all on our paths. They are on their path. And yes, they may be struggling, and maybe we can do something to help them, which we should try if we can. But we have to remember that that is their path.
And everyone has free will. So by having free will, if we impose our judgment or our way of thinking, our beliefs onto others, we could actually affect their path. So we have to be respectful and have, that fine line. You can kind of, walk the line, but try to stay, within that line.
Yeah,
It's okay
don't
to
overstep.
Yeah, it's okay to go off, but come right back and go, okay, this is not mine. And I honor that person and I give that person self-love, and I give that person self-respect for what they are experiencing.
Yes.
So, now let's move on to
The throat chakra.
the voice.
The throat chakra,
Yes.
right there.
Yes.
So your throat chakra is your communication center and your inspiration center. And a closed throat chakra can manifest such as being timid, shy, an inability to express your feelings, your thoughts. And this is one that so many people have trouble with, because one of the things that we have been taught to do all our lives is be pleasant. You don't say anything that's going to make people upset, which I agree with, but to a point, because you need to be able to speak your truth. And that doesn't mean that you have to be unkind anyway. You can speak your truth and still do it in a kind manner. But you have to stop, when someone, asks how you're doing and you're having a terrible day. And what's our go-to? Oh, I'm fine.
But you're not really fine. And
you're not speaking your truth.
It is, and also on a physical sense of it, if you do not speak your truth and your throat chakra is blocked or has restrictive energies within it and is out of alignment, it can create thyroid issues for women. It can create tonsil issues, ear, throat, nose situation. I'm trying to guess right now. It's got like all of the three, you know, like
The
nasal, ears,
yeah.
throat. It affects everything on a level because if you're not speaking what is deep inside you and releasing that voice, speaking your voice,
Your true voice. You
Your
need to
true
let
voice.
your true voice out.
yes, and it doesn't mean to be hurtful to anyone. You can be very loving, diplomatic, but at the same time get to the point and say, you know what, I love you, but now you're like your boundaries. Remember last week, boundaries. I do not consent to that.
Yes.
And say, you know what, this is self-love for me and you are affecting my energy. You don't have to be mean about it, but at the same time, speak your truth. Because speaking your truth is like such an important key to spiritual work, is beyond what we can even express. Because, and again, doing this show for us is literally telling our, like speaking our truth,
our
you know,
voices,
telling
yeah.
our story, because we are literally coming out of our own spiritual closet and we are here explaining to you our version of our truth. And it's not easy to come in on camera and speak about, you know, about things that are very somewhat personal, but our journey, our healing journeys can be part of your healing journey, and we want that for you. And everyone is on individual path. We are all walking each other home, and we are here for you. So please leave us a question, so because we want to answer your questions.
And don't let fear of what others think stop you from, you know, being who you're meant to be. Diane's just gonna try not to die over there.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Her throat chakra needs water.
Yes, it's very warm in here today. We are looking at 30-degree temperatures, and we've got the lights
In the north. We're not accustomed to heat here. So.
Oh, God. I apologize, viewers. Let me just have a drink of water. All right.
So that brings us to the third eye.
Woo!
Third
See?
eye. Let's open those eyes.
Yes.
So your third eye is your intuition, insight, your knowing. So when your third eye is open, there are things that you just know. You can't explain how you know. You didn't read it in a book. No one ever told you, but you know. And that comes from having an open third eye. Now, when your third eye is closed, you may experience, you know, headaches, blurred vision, things like that. But the real indicator about that third eye being open is that knowledge that's just seems to be there without you even trying to figure out where this came from. You just know, like someone will ask you a question and you have the answer, but you don't know how.
It's knowing without knowing.
Yes.
And your mind's eye.
And we don't know how you know.
And when your mind's eye is blocked, it can actually be very difficult for people to manifest their dreams, because manifesting your dreams is about being able to imagine yourself in these dreams that you want. Let's say you want to buy yourself a brand new home and you've never owned your home. I'm just going to use this as an example. You need to be able to visualize within your mind's eye, go, oh, I got the keys to my new house. This house belongs to me. I'm the owner of this house.
Yeah, you pretend that it's already happened. And
Yes.
this is what we like to say all the time, you know, fake it till you make it.
Absolutely. That's my
yes,
quote. I love that quote.
Yeah, we both use it quite often.
Yep.
Because it's true.
Yep.
It's true. What you're doing is you're pretending that it's already happened, because essentially it has. On an energetic level, it has already happened for you. It just needs more time to manifest in the physical.
Once it manifests energetically, it needs time to manifest in the physical sense.
Just said that.
Yes, I get that. I get that. But yeah, no kidding, right? This episode is gonna be full of bloopers. Okay, my goodness. Maybe a lack of oxygen.
Maybe Diane's been drinking.
Oh yeah, the hard stuff, water. Okay, so anyways, the mind's eye is your creative visual aspect. You also get downloads when you're very well tapped in. You are creating with source, because if you're all attuned, all in alignment, you have no restrictive energies, no blocks. It just comes. It's like a tap. Once you turn on the tap, the water just flows freely, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so now,
and that's what we're doing, is we're just turning the taps.
yes, and sometimes it's like a radio dial, like the old-fashioned radio dial. You need to fine-tune to get the station just right. Well, when you have the clear fine-tuning, it's like magic. It really is like magic. You wake up one day and you just know things that how do I even know that? But you do. You know what you don't know, but you do know. And you're like, I've never learned that anywhere. I've never learned that at school. It's because you are connected to the divine. You're connected to the universe.
So you have universal knowledge.
Yes.
Just ready for you to just flap.
And then
out of the universe.
yeah. And when you are fully connected to the universe, which we all are, it's just the amount of energy coming in, how open your tap is open, and this is how much you're either you're getting a trickle or you're getting a full flow. And we want you to have a full flow, because then you can do for yourself what we have done for ourselves. And it's just amazing. Once you get to you don't even have to be like a full-fledged spiritual person, but having.
But if you can open up those chakras, though,
yes,
you can continue on and just feeling wonderful, feeling
content, healthy, yeah.
Yeah, so you can continue to go on your path, whatever it is you decide to do in life. You're not expected to follow on some spiritual journey because of it.
No, you don't have to.
It just means that you're taking care of you. And
I would like to add as well, on a physical sense, your mind's eye, your third eye chakra, if it's blocked, a lot of people who have migraines, have headaches, poor eyesight. I mean, I could go on, but I think that gives you a little bit of a nudge where I'm going with this. It affects these aspects of your, and it can really degrade someone's living, because if you live, I've had migraines and headaches my entire life. I don't have them anymore, thank God, but I had to do myself, cleaning, myself cleansing, myself purifying, myself healing, and I don't have them anymore. But my entire life, for 40 plus years, like almost 45 years, it was always there. And you don't know why some people are just prone to headaches and migraines, and they're debilitating. They really are. That is a absolute main cause of these issues, and this is why it's very important to make sure that all your chakras are all clear, all cleansed, all centered.
And I just want to point out that there is a difference between having a clear chakra and an active chakra, and this is important with the third eye, because a clear third eye chakra will, of course, help with the things that we've been discussing already. But if you activate the third eye chakra, this is a little different now, because this opens you up to being able to see things that other people cannot see.
The unseen.
Yes. So I tend to tell people to tread carefully with that one, Because once you open that eye, you're going to see things that you may not want to see.
And furthermore, before you open and activate the mind's eye in that respect, you want to be able to have your shieldings, your
Yes.
protections up, because you could be affected by.
You're vulnerable.
Yes, you could be affected
You
by.
can see them, they can see you.
It's like looking through a two-way glass.
Yeah.
You know, you see through the glass and they can also see you. And some people or some energies may not be as benevolent as you. So we want to make sure that you are protected. And this is why we bring you this information. So the shielding first, and then once you've got them all clear, all the centers all clear, cleansed, purified, now you can start working on the healing, on the trauma, on the visual. It's step by step by step by step. But if you are willing to go the distance, the steps are amazing, because they're like all of these little aha moments, and you go, oh wow,
Yeah.
I can't
Every
believe.
time you reach that new little level, you're just like, oh wow. This
Yeah.
and it makes you want to keep going. That's
Because
the thing.
it's like you can take a 2 steps forward, and all of a sudden you have to take a step back. It's almost like retrograde.
But you know, 2 steps forward and 1 step back is still a step forward.
Yes, it is. And sometimes that step back is to give you an overview. It's like doing a review. Before you go for a big test, you've been studying for 2 weeks a big test. The night before, what do?
You go back
You
and-
do the review.
Yeah.
This is how it's all done. Sometimes you have to take a moment and do the review. So now,
The crown
Ooh.
chakra. And this is where the wisdom, and I love this, your cosmic consciousness.
oh yes,
That's where you get that from. And when that's blocked, you're going to feel frustration, maybe some melancholy feelings, or destructive feelings.
yeah.
Yeah.
And feeling like you don't belong, feeling like why am I even here on
Yeah.
earth, what's my purpose, feeling like you're like you don't fit in, like you might be like often enough you'll hear in a family there's one that will feel like I think I'm adopted. Like I'm nothing like my sibling.
Don't
Why is
belong
that?
here. Yes.
Yes, it's because often enough you may not actually be from here as well. I mean, that's another subject,
Yeah,
but
which we'll get into in a later show.
yes.
So
But just to give you a little insight, just a little peek, some of us are star seeds, and we came here on a purpose, on a soul mission.
and we came in waves.
And we came in waves, first wave, second wave,
And
third
I'm
wave.
second wave.
I'm first wave. And now we are here to do our work so we can help you do yours and simplify, give you the opportunity to jump on the fast track, if you will. If you do not want the fast track, you can go on the turtle track. That's just as fine. It's what your soul wants. So now we are here to help raise the frequency of the consciousness of the earth, because the earth is ascending. And it's all part of the crown connection.
The global consciousness.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's a big job.
It's not for the faint at heart, but so rewarding.
Yes.
Because when you see people wake up and you go, oh, that's
There
the
it
magic.
is,
That's
yes.
the magic. So, and at the same time, your crown chakra, when it's clear, cleansed, and purified, aligned, attuned, healed, because when we have past lives that we carry specific codes, they affect those connections, and you feel like a lot of the times you'll have people that will say, like I don't feel I'm connected to God or to Source or to Creator. It's because the connection is always there. You can never not be connected, but it gets so thin that it's like almost non-existent for the person that's having this experience. I personally I felt that way for a long time.
Yeah.
And then it creates like depression, anxiety, and
you know, what's my purpose? What am I doing?
Yes.
This isn't working. It's all sorts of these things. Like I've done it myself. Like, oh my gosh, this just isn't working. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? I wasn't doing anything wrong. It takes time and
Yeah.
it takes persistence. And we also have to remember that sometimes we are receiving these codes. We just don't know how to decipher them yet.
yes.
So we might be just seeing little fractals or numbers or just weird things flash in our mind. And we say, oh, well, that was just a weird thing. It's like, not
No.
necessarily.
No.
You know, that could very well be one of the codes coming in. You just don't know how to translate it yet.
And sometimes you will receive codes throughout your life, but they remain dormant until you are ready to activate them. You verbally say, all right, Spirit, okay, I'm ready for this.
That's right, because if these start
Yes.
coming in before you're ready, this is where you start running into schizophrenia.
Mental illness, like situations that may actually hinder you instead
because
of
people
helping
are
you.
not mentally ill. And,
No.
you know, some people might debate that with me, but they're not mentally ill. They are just trying to process too many threads, like, or lifetimes, or like everything. All this knowledge is coming to them too quickly. They haven't figured out how to process it yet, so they don't know how to react.
Yes.
They're lost in this chaos.
All of the learning, what society labels as, dyslexia, and I mean, we're not going to go real deep in this,
Yeah.
but all of the learning disabilities that are known to the 3D world, I guess we'll call it.
And that's just it, right? Disability, and it's not a disability.
No, it isn't.
These people are
Savants
highly
in their own right,
elevated.
yes.
They're highly elevated on a spiritual level, but their human brains can't process it right.
And they don't have the verbal words, because on a spiritual level they are very, very high vibrational being, and are very evolved, and they are tapped into such high realms of frequencies that they can barely function in this lower energy that we are in on Earth. So it's creating like an imbalance, because they don't know how to verbalize, how to process the information to make sense. And when they feel like you don't understand them, and then they get sometimes angry.
Yeah.
They resort to anger or stress, and
They lash out because
yes.
they don't know how to communicate what they're experiencing.
But then, the traditional.
So we're given medications that work to block our endorphins.
Yes.
Turn off certain thoughts in different ways. And what this is doing is yes, it calms the person down. It keeps them functioning at a level that is
acceptable. In great respect.
But if they were properly healed on that spiritual level, if they were properly tuned in to these energies, they wouldn't need this medication.
And furthermore, people with these types of situation can actually be so beneficial if you give them crayons, papers. They may not be able to verbally express, but they can draw whatever they see in their mind, and you would be surprised how much of geniuses savants that these people
Oh,
are.
yes.
I mean, I can't even say, because it's very dear to my heart. And instead of giving them medication that blocks all of this knowledge, this information, let it flow. Let the tap, open the tap, let them express themselves, and you will see these beings develop into beautiful grown beings as adults.
And this brings us back down around to the grounding, because had they been taught how to ground from a very early age,
Yes.
they would have been able to handle that. This never would have happened. And we need to be teaching this to our children.
Absolutely. You can't tell people that a medication is going to help them if you don't truly know what is going on inside. And the only way to know that is if you give these people, these beings, because they are beings, very evolved being, having an earthly experience. So you need giving them the capability, the accessibility to express. And sometimes it's just to bring them in the park, let them sit in the grass. Just sitting in the grass, they are grounding themselves. It is nurturing, it is healing, it is grounding, and when you come home, it's like a whole new person.
Mm-hmm.
They're no longer angry, they're no longer upset, traumatized, because you can't understand what they're trying to tell you. So, and then you look in their eyes and you tell them, I see you. By saying that, you can calm these people in a moment.
Because that they understand.
Yes, yes. You give them unconditional love. You mirror to them that unconditional love. And you know what? It's going to come back at you, because you receive what you put out. So these beings are, like I said, are so evolved and so like high vibrational frequency that the reason why they are struggling so deeply is because the energies around them do not match their frequency. And their frequency is like here, and then the people that they might come in contact with are like down here. So you're like, it's like the clash of the titans, you know? It's like no win-win situations happening there.
That's right.
Yeah. So let's just love everyone, no matter what, where we are, at what stage we are, because by doing that, we are honoring each other, we are loving each other, whether we agree, because it's okay to agree to disagree.
Yes.
Politely,
Yeah.
gently,
We don't all
lovingly.
have to have the same
No.
beliefs or ideas.
Yes.
But respect, and I hear this a lot, respect needs to be earned. It's like, no. Respect is a given until something happens to take it away. There is, we live in a world where you have to earn my respect, no one's ever going to get respect.
What if you give respect first? If the respect has been tarnished in any way, with your self-boundary, you can say, you know what, this is not working out for me. Thank you,
And then
no
you
thank
separate
you.
yourself from that.
Yeah, you just detach from that energy, because that energy is possibly very toxic. And it might not be what you need. Sometimes it is what you need, because everything is a lesson.
Well, yeah, sometimes you need a little slap in the face.
It's like, wakey.
It's like, you're being a jerk.
Yeah, so there's a
lesson
fine
learned.
line. There's a fine line. And the fine line is knowing when you are being disrespectful and when you are being disrespected. And then now from that decision making, because when you're all attuned and chakras are clear and everything, you can see it clearly. You can comprehend it better. It's like having the heart-mind coherence. Because your brain wants to do one thing, but your heart says, no, I want to do this. But by aligning the crown chakra, the mind's eye, the heart chakra, it's almost like you become in so attuned that you can accept to say, well, okay, my mind wants this, my soul, my heart wants this. Which one will make me the true, like the
Yes.
most happy?
But when they're cohesive, you get one answer,
Yeah.
and it's the right answer.
It is always the right answer because your mind will lie, but your heart will tell you the truth.
Yeah. So, grounding. So there's a lot of methods, and there's some
Yes.
very simple techniques that you can do, which we'll get into in just a moment. But I just want to share just a summary of the type of grounding meditation that I do with my students, just to get them in the proper mindset. Now, once you've done this for a little while, and you don't have to do it this way anymore, because it's going to be so much quicker to do the grounding, and it's going to feel like just like that tap going right through you. But this is the method that I teach so that they can get accustomed to how it's supposed to feel. And it's really quite simple. So you're picturing, of course, all your chakras as the lotuses, the violet lotus, the indigo, the light blue, green, yellow, orange for your sacral, red for your root. And you begin by envisioning a bright white light coming down into your crown chakra, and your crown chakra, that lotus starts spinning and opening its petals. It's going to let that light in. Let that in. You're going to fill up your head with it. Let the energy try and find any murky areas, anything, let's say you have a headache that day, and okay, I feel it right here. Okay, that's a murky area. So the energy goes there. It kind of scrapes up all that murkiness, and it releases it out through the third eye. So that's spinning, and that energy is coming out, and with it is coming that murkiness as well, until the head is fully clear, nice white light. Go down to throat chakra, do the same, continue down all the way to your root chakra. Now once you reach your root chakra, you're going to extend that energy down into the ground. Reach all the way down to the earth's core. And once it hits the earth's core, you're going to wrap that energy around the earth's core like tree roots grabbing on. You're going to hold on to it. And at the same time, the earth's core is going to send some beautiful green energy coming right back up through your root chakra, where it meets with the energy at the heart. And once it meets with the energy at the heart, the other chakras will stop sending out energy. They're going to kind of close down a little bit. But this energy coming from the crown and the root are going to mingle within you. So you've got both of the earth and the universe inside of you. And from there, you can actually bring that energy up, and create an umbrella of green all around you, all the way under you, like you're talking, about, 4-6 feet around you, or even 2 feet if that's as far as you want to go. But you're creating this egg, and there's your protection, there's your shielding. And then you just sit in that just for a couple of minutes, and that is the grounding process. So like I said, that one's a bit advanced. It's meant to really make you focus on each chakra and get them nice and opened up, get all that yucky energy out of yourself. And
I will give you my perception of how I see myself grounding, and this way you can try different things, utilize what works best for you, because we are all individual.
That's right.
And one thing may work better for me, one thing may work better for you, and it's to find that magic middle. So for me, I imagine that I am a living tree. The tree. My crown is the upper branches, which is the cosmos, the universe, the galactic, the source, creator, all of these. Now, my body, my vessel, my chakra is like where all the energy, all the good stuff flows through your tree. I see myself flat feet on the floor, and I see roots coming out of my feet. And I let them grow, and I let them grow, and I push them out, and I push them out, until it reaches the crystalline core of the earth. Once it reaches the crystalline core of the earth, this is the heart of Mother Earth. I wrap the roots. I see the roots plugging like an electric cord into the earth's core. And then I just say to Mother Earth, I'm ready to receive. Mother Earth will send you this beautiful, magical healing frequencies, and they'll just come up and you see them. And for me, as it comes up a silver color. Now, I've got the golden color, the golden white color that comes through source. It comes down into the heart, connects with the silver cord from Mother Earth. It creates a vortices. And this vortices just spirals and gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Now I'm in my own heart space. 6 feet both sides, 6 feet and forward, backwards, 6 feet above me, 6 feet below me. Now I'm in my heart space. I'm in that emerald green, just luscious love frequency. Now I am protected. I have my toric field, which the energy goes up and down, and I create this figure eight, all the way through. And
it's because that is how the energy moves in your body.
Yes,
it comes
it does.
Down the front.
Yes.
And then this tendon, it moves to the back.
Yes.
Around the hip area. Down the back of your legs, up the front of your legs, switching again to the back at your hips and up your back. And that's how it works in a figure eight, up and down your body.
And the way that I do it is because our right side of our bodies is our masculine side. This is our feminine side. But when you do the energy work, like let's say I put my hand up, I have energy coming down to create the figure eight. It crosses through the vortices, goes through my right leg, and then into the roots of the earth. Coming back up through my left leg, which is still my feminine side, but it comes up through here, goes through the vortices, and comes right back up the masculine side. You are balancing the masculine and the divine feminine at the same time as you are grounding. Mm-hmm. And then you just keep going higher and higher and higher until you literally have created like figure eight into a bigger figure eight, into a bigger figure eight, until you are just filled with pure source consciousness. Now you are ready and you are protected, mm-hmm. and you can go on your merry way and have a beautiful day.
And of course, we don't always have time for a great grounding session like that. So there are simpler things you can do, if time is short. Things like barefoot walks in the grass. Of course, that doesn't really help us here in the north in the winter time. Go ahead.
I'm gonna add. I love where you're going with this because like here in the north, you can go to the beach, plank your feet into the sand, put your feet into the grass, and like a pond, body of water of sort. This is all pure magical because you are connecting with Mother Nature itself. But there is a few things that on the market that can actually help you. They're called grounding mats.
Or earthing mats.
Earthing mats. They have earthing sandals, earthing mats.
Sheets that you can put on your bed.
Sheets. They've got all kinds of different products.
Yes.
And
They're a little pricey though. But they are very good, and I just want to point out that if you're going to use these kinds of products, you want to try and keep them away from any kind of devices that may have EMF, or make sure that you've got your shungite out, because
Yes.
that can affect the energy of the actual mats.
But they can, I have one personally, and for mine, I keep it on my bed, and I wake up in the morning, I'm already beautifully grounded, but I'm easily grounded because I'm double Taurus, so Tauruses are pretty relaxed. So, but at the same time, I mean, we do have our moments where we're all scattered and like, but they do work very, very well. You can put them, like where you do your computer, put them on the floor, take your shoes off, just put your feet on there, and it really does help a lot. It might not be for everyone, but it is something that you could consider. So we're giving you information, tools that you can possibly say, you know what, I think that could be very beneficial for me. Another thing that you can do is whether you have a tub or no tub, pink Himalayan salt, let's say you only have a shower. Well, you can have like a foot basin. Put some pink Himalayan salt. That is also very grounding. That is really helpful. If you have a tub, you're lucky to have one, you can put it in your tub and soak in it for like half a cup to a cup. If you have, if you're like me and you like a really full tub,
Throw some crystals in there.
Yes, some black tourmaline. Carry around black obsidian, black tourmaline.
Lava stones.
Lava stones, smoky quartz can be very beneficial. These are all crystals that can help you be grounded in places where you may not be able to put your feet in the grass or put your feet or have a grounding mat. But the thing now that they have is those grounding sandals, like shoes. I mean, it's really genius. Come on,
of course.
Yeah.
You're walking around grounded all
Yeah, you're like all day grounding.
Maybe not the most fashionable shoes, but you know what?
Well, they're pretty cool looking actually, and the flip flops. I mean, come on, they're like regular flip flops. But jokes aside, these are all little tips and information that can help you make the best decision for you. So we are not telling you one way is the best, one way is less better than the other.
Yeah, you're going to find your method. You might want to try some of the things we've suggested.
Yes.
But you will find your method, the one that works for you.
There's another aspect as well. Even on YouTube, there are these little videos that grounding for beginners. That could be an avenue that you would look into.
There's so many options out there.
And they're free.
Yes.
So,
try them out. Find what works for you. But, do it. That's the important thing.
Yes.
Get the grounding done. It doesn't matter which method you use, but it's really important that you take the time to actually.
You're mentally more stable, you're mentally centered. When you're grounded, you're just a happier person in all aspects of self.
You're more clear-minded.
Yes.
Like a lot of times, we're walking around and it just seems like we're just in some sort of
Matrix?
haze or something. Like our minds are just not clear, or we just don't know which. We feel like we're being tossed around here, and this is because we're not grounded.
And one more thing: when we're not grounded or not grounded well, we do not act; we react. Someone comes in and says something, and we get offended, or we react and go,
That's right.
that was.
We don't react to things.
Yes.
And that's the problem. We are reacting to things.
Yes.
Instead of, just
acting.
Yes, taking a step back, realizing the situation for what it is.
Yes.
We just, I'm offended and I'm going to, react to it. And that's the worst thing you can do. You need to kind of step back a minute, really think about what the situation is, what was said, what tone was used, what might be going on with a specific person at that time, that they said something. There's so many variables here.
That person might be ungrounded, and it's reflecting onto you. So now you're reacting to this person's
And it's a
ungrounding
chain reaction.
Yes, it's a vicious cycle that just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling.
So you're protecting yourself from that. You're keeping yourself in a state of higher awareness.
You're just in a better state of mind, a better state of
Being.
I mean, that's just the simplest way to put it. Your humor is higher, your vibration is higher.
Your patience.
Your
compassion.
Yes, and you can see. It's like I said earlier. Be aware of it. Acknowledge that it's there, but it's not yours. Do not participate.
Yeah, don't take that on.
Yeah, it's not yours. And that's the one of the main key is that we walk around, we are like sponges, we are absorbing all these energies, these frequencies, and then we go home thinking, oh, I had the worst day. No, you absorbed everybody else's bad day, and it's not yours. But some of it could be yours, but accountability, responsibility, and now you go, okay, this is mine, everything else is not mine, I do not consent. And by doing your clearing, your shielding, your cleansing, your purifying, your cord cutting, and also pulling in your inner light, because as we walk around, we are emitting and projecting our Christed inner light. We are projecting, and at the end of the day, sometimes we come home and you feel like, oh, I feel drained. Now you can call all the light that I've given away, knowingly, unknowingly, you call those threads back, and you deep breath. Through deep breath, you breathe in through the nose, you exhale through the mouth. You can do 3 powerful breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. By doing that, if you need 10 breaths, you do that. But at the same time, when you're pulling back the threads, you're like restoring, renewing yourself, rebalancing, recentering, grounding, you're shielding yourself. You're just an all-around better person for yourself and everyone around you. Makes everybody happy. You know how they say,
the world go round.
You know when they say happy, a house with a happy wife, a happy life? Well, look at it that way.
It used to be happy wife, happy life, but now let's be, politically correct. It's happy spouse, happy house.
Oh, all right. Okay, well, if you want to go that road, okay, that's fine.
Both be happy.
Yes,
Both.
Everyone needs
and
that.
And it is more inclusive. I mean, not everyone has a wife.
True. Yeah, that's like the old saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's the generation that I was born into.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I forgive myself.
Yes. We forgive you.
Oh, thank you.
So.
Okay, great minds think alike. I think it's time
for the card pull.
the card pull. All right. Well, I'm going to put my glasses
on. You guys won't
on.
be able to see the table here, unfortunately, but
I will show the cards.
Yes.
So we're going to do 3 piles. So whatever pile you feel drawn to, ask your question, and that will be your answer from the universe. The universe is answering you today. So what?
I'm going to come up with a question.
Oh, okay. All right, Colleen.
Let me think of a question.
Yep. And alright. So while I shuffle the cards, you had the whole time of the episode to think of the question that is brewing in your mind. And I'm going to do 3 piles. And you just pick your card, Which pile? Pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3?
I've got my question.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So now, if you chose pile 1, you are ready.
You're ready.
You're ready. All right. If you chose pile 2, no need to worry.
No need to worry. Oh.
There you go.
Good one.
Very inspiring. All right. And if you chose pile 3 within the next few weeks.
Well, that's interesting.
Yep.
I chose number 3.
Oh. Well, let's see what the next few weeks brings you.
Well, and here's what's going on. Here's my question. So, someone dear to me has a very close friend that is fighting on the front line in Ukraine right now. And my question was, will he come out of this?
Oh. Oh, give me a hug. Come on. All right. Okay, well, that's awesome. So, it looks good.
I like
All
that
right.
card.
Let's
I
keep-
hope that you guys got your card too and answered some questions for you.
Let's keep positive. And you know what? Pile 1, you're ready. Pile 2, no need to worry. And pile 3, within the next few weeks. So let's see what this next few weeks brings to each one of you who chose pile 3. And also to Colleen. So
And we'd love to hear your comments.
Absolutely.
What your question was, if we answered it, or Diane, rather not. If Diane answered, or, the cards. If the cards answered.
I'm just a
Yes.
conduit. I'm
Yes.
just a conduit.
Yes.
So thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, leave us a comment because it really boosts the algorithm because we need followers. We're just starting off, but we're having fun. Even with all the little bloopers and literally
We're still
choking.
human.
Almost choking. And which is funny because we were talking about the throat chakra.
Yes.
So yeah, it's just like
That was they were telling Diane something.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a little, hey, they have a
Yeah.
sense of humor, so.
My guides are very humorous and I love them to pieces because if I didn't listen to my guides, I wouldn't be sitting here today doing a show for you. So
Wonderful.
yeah, how about you? How did you end up in this chair?
I just sort of fell here.
Well, you know what they say.
Things just happen and you just go with the flow and this is where you end up, so.
The wind blew your way.
That's right.
Yeah, and there you go. Well, we would love to hear your comments, and we are eager to do a new show for you next week. And have we even chosen our topic for this week yet?
I don't think we have.
Well, let's just say it's a surprise to us as it is to you.
Yeah, we haven't been told yet.
Yeah, I choose the topics as I receive the information because I'm a channeler and I get guidance on what to talk about, and we kind of go back and forth and we come up with a way to deliver the message, and so it is.
So it is.
So it is. Well, thank you. We love you, and namaste.